Second Black Dawn. Last session, you snuck your way into the throne room very cleverly. Um, you were all invisible, passed without a trace, really good rolls, really bad rolls for the goblin, a little bit of misdirection with the bat, who was not invisible. So the familiar flew in there, and they turned, and you all snuck in the room. Got a surprise round on the group that was in here. It was a very deadly battle that you turned into a massacre on them, actually. You then subdued the king, and with him being the only one left alive, he basically surrendered. Not at first. You guys did a little bit of intimidation rolls, those types of things. Again, he didn't do very well. You guys did very well. And persuaded and intimidated him to the point where he gave up the goblin treasure and what else? Oh, the information on where your king was taken in exchange for his life. You all accepted that, found the goblin treasure. He gave you the keys to it. It kept you from getting a little bit of acid damage. Stewart actually, or Savin was able to not pick the lock. Yeah, disarm it to the point where you were able to get the flasks of acid out of it. I think you got 1 or 2 flasks out of that. I can't remember exactly how many, but and then you got the treasure out of that room. So that is in the party inventory. You guys can look at that. Quite a few things in there. Some gems, some potions.
And 5. Go ahead.
Yes, it's on the potions.
There's a scroll in there that you don't know what it is. And then some rations that were up on the shelf.
And I think you had said the rations we recognize as ones, those special ones we had before.
And they are identified in the party sheet that way. Yes.
Okay. And then I think I was going to do Detect Magic, and Mary Ann was going to do Identify, I think, when we left off.
That sounds right.
I guess Sakiko will go ahead and do the ritual version of Detect Magic.
All right. Let me see if she's got a ritual version of Identify.
Travel for put him in it, put him in it, so that's what we have.
No, okay. So she doesn't need to do it as a ritual. She'll have to cast it. It's a first level spell, so not a problem.
So that's what that's true.
Now she has 1 spell slot left for first level, 2 for second. You guys want her to do that in here?
Or let's see if there's anything magic first.
Right, right.
Maybe.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that the scroll for sure is magic. Beyond that, you're not. Obviously, the potions of healing are. They're identified in there, but the rest of the stuff you're not quite sure.
Well, if we peek at the scroll, we kind of tell what it is, or we have to have.
No, you'd have to identify it. Yeah, because you have to take the time to decipher the wording on it and all that. Because scrolls are written in each caster's shorthand type thing, so you have to decipher it, kind of. Once you know what it is and you decipher it, there's no issues.
What if we could compare it to what I had? What is the text like disappears?
this is not. I'm double checking to make sure before I say it. I don't believe you have ever seen this particular scroll before. Validating though. No. You have not seen this particular spell in scroll form. So yes, the answer would have been you might have been able to, if the two are identical, that kind of thing, it's a little easier. That kind, you know. I had an error. I don't know why. Oh, portraits. I'm not sure why. That was weird. Okay. That's okay.
Question is how to get out of here with him and tell him.
I thought we were gonna go through his bedroom. He was showing us the way, or we thought we
Right.
made our way down there.
Well, no. Well, you peeked around, so I think Moses,
Okay.
you ran in here and came down and around, but then came
Yeah.
back because nobody else followed you. So I assumed you wanted to all stay together.
Yeah,
But yeah, I know you peeked down there, so you saw the passageway, so you basically know the general gist of what's going to happen. And he said that his chambers were on the other end of this particular passage. So
Did we get it out of him that there's a way out from his chambers?
well, he told you it leads back to the main hallway. So yeah, you're going to go out the way you came in, but
And the door is blocked, you know, for them to come behind us.
right, this one here is barricaded, the one I'm pointing to now on the map. It's got the bar across it. But you have not heard anybody rattling at it yet. But you guys were you were in combat, what, 5 rounds? That's like 30 seconds. Right. Like I said, you all massacred them. Easily. Well, Moses wouldn't have said easily, but
no,
It sure didn't feel easy. I know that.
no, it didn't.
Get him some new armor when he's over.
Over there dancing with 2 of them swinging at me every second, but they kept missing, thank goodness.
I had 4 of them on me, 4 or 5.
right.
It was... I know, I'm so happy. The amount of one in that session, it was crazy.
Yeah.
See that, you guys.
No.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you guys want to, I mean, are we gonna, I think we should go through his room and head out that way.
Oh, the hurt.
Yeah, we can unlock this chamber so that they come in here and find it. Well, they're gonna find, no, I don't, leave it locked, that way they don't know what's going on, and then coming off with him out of his room.
Yeah, probably the longer it takes for them to figure out who can slaughter.
Yeah,
So yeah, I guess we'll round him up and help him
Okay.
get inside.
All right.
Does that mean we're doing the detect magic later?
No, I mean, if will somebody do it by ritual? Or?
Yeah, he's got 15 minutes, right? Or is it 11? 10 minutes plus the 1 minute casting time, right?
Yeah, I mean, we can do it and catch a breath because I'm still messing with all the old stuff.
yeah, okay.
Okay. So you're going to spend it is 10, right? 10 minutes plus 1 minute casting?
Let me double check just to be sure.
I'm just not sure. I know it's 10 minutes for the ritual. I'm not sure how long the casting time is for detect magic. Might be instantaneous, so it might only be 10 minutes.
Okay, put it in.
Yeah, it's up toward the top. I just didn't open it to look.
It
I'm
doesn't
gonna go ahead
really,
and take a couple of pearls.
It doesn't say?
no, in the spell, there must be like a standard rule for rituals.
Rituals are 10 minutes,
Oh, then
plus
yeah,
the casting time.
the cast time is one action.
Oh, so it's instantaneous, basically. Okay. I think Identify is 1 minute, and that's where I'm getting the 11 minutes from.
Oh, it lasts for 10 minutes.
Yeah, okay. But to ritually cast something, it takes 10 minutes, plus the casting time. So it basically takes you 10 minutes and 6 seconds. That's it. So 10 minutes is good enough. So you take 10 minutes to cast it ritually. That's not a problem. You don't use up a spell slot by doing that. Detect magic definitely does go off, and now you have an aura around you for the next 10 minutes. That's like 20 or 30 feet, something crazy like that.
30 feet.
Right,
Yeah, 30
yep.
feet.
So obviously you pick up the other party members for what they're wearing, that kind of thing. But you also get something from the scroll that is clearly magical. The rations give off a slight hint of magic, but nothing too crazy. So you guys already know what those special rations can do, so that makes sense. The potions of healing, of course, and then I'm just double checking. I think that's it. I think that's it. Yep, that's all.
Okay, no surprises there.
No,
Anything else in the room going on?
no.
Anything on the team?
No, he gave you. He's wearing armor, and he had a battle axe. Obviously, you disarmed him, so that battle axe is over there by the throne. He was wearing, or is wearing, double checking, scale mail.
I thought for sure one of those traveler robes was going to be a robe of Goblin King hiding. Just knew it.
All right, there's his image again, in case you forgot. It's pretty much wearing that type of armor. So he had spears, but they were laying there next to the throne. But he had that battle axe, is what he was really using, or was going to use. He never really got a chance to actually try to attack.
So you got piled up pretty quick.
Right. All right. So what's the party do now?
Escort him out the back way, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
Kind of keep tabs on him and make sure the meter doesn't change anything.
yeah, who wants to be the guard on him? I think I can walk with him, and
Okay.
then Davin, you wanna take the lead?
So I'll catch him up, but you have him grappled.
Yeah.
So as you walk, I'll move him, and then Faye'll take up the rear, I guess.
And I'll
Yeah.
wait for
But I got both tokens, so it might delay.
tap. If Kiko give me a tap, but then it's the bats.
Okay. Yeah, so you all, and Moses saw this earlier. It's a long hallway that goes south there.
Yeah.
It's lit. There's torches that are lit in it. All right. So the back, it's there, and he sees that there's the reverse side of a door. Clearly, it's like a hidden type door, but it's not hidden from this side. So it might probably a secret door.
Thing where Leads to.
Oh, you already know. He said to his chamber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you did ask him. Actually,
Right.
when he said we could go out, you said alternate ways out. He said you can go out through my chamber, and that's what he this yeah.
Okay, I'm assuming when you look at it, it's not tractor.
No.
I'll check it.
All right. So go ahead and give me a find remove traps or sleight of hand, either one, same thing basically.
Do an insight check on him too, just to see how.
Okay, and then also give me a perception check. So, and then Moses, give me an insight. Okay, that's for listening. So, Sabin, you're not seeing any traps that you can tell, and you hear nothing. Moses, you're pretty sure he's from the intimidation from earlier. He's acting the same. He's not no change there.
Okay.
So you think he's telling the truth, but obviously you're not 100% sure.
Maybe the bat can do its blind. Well, it's not its blind sight, but yeah, blind sight 60
Blind
feet.
sight, echolocation type thing.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a perception for the bat. It's got advantage on that roll. Don't forget.
It's just going through the door. Or...
Oh, it does echolocation, so yeah, it's not hearing anything, or other than you all. That's it.
Okay.
I guess I'll try to crack the door just a hair and peek down to one side of the hall.
Well, this isn't like a regular door. It's clearly a secret door. You can tell that now that you're there. Before it was just a bat. Once you got up to it, it's the backside of a secret door. It looks like it slides open, and it's almost mechanical. So if you go once you open it and you hit the lever, most likely it's just going to open all the way up. It's not like a regular door where you can crack it.
So there's no way for me to just move it a little bit with my hand. Or something.
No.
Okay.
Yep.
I will flip the lever and take a little step
All right.
back.
Yeah, you depress a little stone, and it opens up, and you see a bedchamber in front of you. As soon as you open the door, you set foot on a luxurious carpet. A huge carved bed lies in the right corner of the room, next to a little table with some scrolls upon it. A highly decorated cabinet is set against the left-hand wall. You clearly in a private chamber of the Goblin King. Slobad the Bloodthirsty. And he says, once he gets there, he said, you said something about me being able to get some of my personal gear. Do you mind if I do that now?
Before the legs.
Of course.
I'm gonna stay right next to him.
All right, so he opens up a wooden cabinet. And inside of it, you see what looks like a rolled up piece of parchment. He grabs a few like gemstones. He grabs those up and then closes the wooden cabinet. And then he double checking.
Step through.
Yeah. All right, so he would have asked that you all bring his axe with you, because to him that's his like prized possession. It's a two-handed axe carved with the images of the deity of the goblin on the hilt. It's a half-rusted scepter. He grabs that from his bed. It looks like it's a metal scepter, but it's half rusted, adorned with the symbol of the Scarlet Fang tribe on its pommel. got a big green gem on top of it. His half scale armor he's wearing. Let me see. Bear with me. Okay, yep. Yep, that's everything. So everything I just described is what he grabbed. He knows he can't have the great axe, but he asked to bring it along.
Of course, and when we talked about his personal items, I think we were thinking more about just personal things more than like gemstones. So like
Okay.
anything that's like treasure, like we had told him we were going to split with him.
Okay.
So Kiko would raise that up about the gems.
All right. So it was 3 gems. It was 1 blue quartz, one onyx, and 1 pink quartz. That was the 3 gems that he grabbed just now. So as you say that, he just opens his hand, and they're right there, along with the scroll. It looks like a rolled up piece of parchment with a fine leather tie around it.
Yeah, let's investigate those items, and we can ask him if they're really treasure or these, personal items.
These are just the items that I kept from the goblin treasure that I liked the most. My most prized possession, though, is the great axe and my scepter. So, honestly, as long as I get those, I'm happy. And I grabbed the scroll thinking that you're going to probably take me toward the wood. This is a map of the wood, so I can find my way out.
Is any of it glowing from the detect magic spell?
Your detect magic would be still going off, and no, the answer is no, nothing in this room.
You said there was other scrolls on the desk? Or is it just the one?
Let me double check. It does say that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so you go to check those out. You find a half-burned document. It's an agreement between the goblins and the cult of the Black Hand. In it, 2 parties agree not to cross each other. The Black Hand clearly paid the goblins for their aid in kidnapping the king and to raid the human village, bringing chaos to the region. The document reveals that the king is being held in a forsaken village of Ornis in the vast swamp, and constitutes a decisive clue in tracking down King Belladar. So that also confirms that Slobad was not lying to you when he told you that story. So this document is a clear agreement between the two, and he had said that they kind of double-crossed him because they had not paid him yet. So that's the 2 scrolls were the map and this other document. And when you open up the map, it is literally the map that you already have. Or it's another version of the same map that you have. That Edgerhole Woods. So I will go ahead and drop these items in the party sheet. There's those. I'm going to drop the scepter, the great axe, and the scale mail in there too. But just know that he's wearing the scale mail, and if you allow him, he's going to be carrying the scepter. It does not look like it could be used as an improvised weapon.
Yeah, it might make him look kingly when you're trying to get at him.
Yeah, you would assume that he probably would not be going anywhere without it, other than maybe to up to his throne room. But there's all the items that were in the room. They are in the party sheet now.
What do you think? Should we wait because we encounter something? Or should
Yeah, so you guys see the other door right where the bat's at.
Yeah.
And it looks like it leads back out into the hallway you guys just came through right before you got to the throne room.
I'm good letting him kind of like walk us out. If, you know, he's part of a plan and he agrees that he's gonna, you know, talk our way out somehow. We need to come up with what he's gonna say. Maybe he can tell us what he could say. That'll give us safe passage through him.
you know, if we're not getting out of here?
He's the first to go.
Yeah, and he literally has 1 hit point right now. You all know that.
I think we just go like, I'm trying to remember, and I think if we just go straight down this hall and then take a right, we get to that guard room, something like that, once we get down the hall,
Oh,
and then we could exit that way.
Send it back, or I could creep down
Yeah.
to, see if the coast is clear type of thing, and wake everybody up. Or, I guess the bat would be able to tell if I gave him like a, thumbs up or tapped him, or, gave him a pet or something to let him know that, okay, it's cool to tell you to bring everybody.
Yeah, that sounds good. And if you get in trouble, just holler and we'll come.
Come running back.
Oh, yeah, or come running back.
Or, you know, I think we also just sent the bat and looking through it, we would see, and then just advance up and then just,
Right.
Right. So we could tell
Yeah.
you to or something. Yeah, so let's,
Yeah.
I guess, do what we did to get here, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the door is probably going to be locked since it's.
Yes, it is locked, but from the inside, no keys required. It's just a little, like a latch. I believe as you came up, you checked these doors, but it's definitely locked it's from the lock from the inside. So you would need a key on the outside, but where you're at, you don't need it.
Well, everybody want to listen at the door and make sure nobody's walking down the hall with it?
All right. Davin, you're there. Go ahead and roll perception then. No, it's good enough though. You do hear what sounds like a little bit of distant footsteps. Oh yeah, for sure. The bat's like there's folks out there. Or he relays that there are humanoids walking, that kind of thing.
going away or coming.
Sounds like going away. They're a little distant.
Like going away the way we want to go, or going away.
I don't know that he'd be able to. Well, with the 20, yeah, it seems like they were going this way. With the arrow, you see? Can you see my arrow?
Yeah,
north.
yeah. So we can just let them get by us, I guess.
Half a minute. Crack the door, back go out.
So they're gonna run into that bar door.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do.
It did not sound like they were running. It sounded like they were just walking.
So we
You
could
could change the guards or something like that.
Right, turn how many?
No, more than one. That you could tell that though.
but they would be cut off if we were to come out and attack.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And with their backs to us,
Okay.
nowhere to go.
All right. Slip out the-
Well, who's gonna take hold of, Flowbag?
Hey,
Okay.
Okay.
Have Dave watch Flowbag.
Okay. You're gonna stay right here then?
she needs to be here to cut him off from going back. and
Okay.
linking up.
There we go. Oh, hold on. Let me put them in, both of them in space, squares. There we go. All right.
Open the door really quiet night. See if we can-
Do we wanna, you wanna let the bat out and just let
Oh,
the
yeah.
bat be what's, and
Yeah,
just
that's-
kind of
Okay.
flutter and they won't know, yeah.
I'll just crack the door and let the bat do his.
All right. Seven. Give me a stealth roll with advantage. You're probably gonna do fine because your pass without trace is still on. I'm basically I'm rolling for the door noise.
Is it, because I thought I got hit with bye-bye.
Oh, did it? Okay. You got two 14s anyway, so yeah, you're good. You're able. So I'd forgotten that it went bye, but the advantage part was because you're on the inside and you don't have to trip. You know, you're able to unlock it easily, and you have the advantage because you're inside the room. That's where that came from. But in either case, you're able to open it very quietly. Way more than enough than what the bat needs. It does open up in to the room. So it's very easily for you to let the bat slip out.
Stand by. I'll kind of pull the door too a little bit. Wait for
All right, stop there. So this is what the bat's going to see.
full man patrol.
All right, hold on. The little button at the top doesn't work. All right. So you should be able to see them, right, Kiko?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so what you see before you, or the bat sees me, and relate what you're able to see through its eyes, is what clearly is a goblin sergeant and 3 goblins. They seem to be patrolling, walking away from you. The goblin sergeant leading them toward the door. They're about 5 feet from the door, and the closest goblin to the bat is about 10 feet north.
Okay, so Tico sees that and just whispers it to the party, like, if we're gonna strike, now's a good time to strike. And then the bat doesn't see anybody down this way, right?
Nothing. And it has echoes like 60 feet or something, right?
Right.
So
And regular,
yeah, so it can see all the way down to the door. So yeah, and it's a lit hallway at that. There's 2 torches in the middle of the hallway. So
okay. Yeah, let's get them.
I-
I wish I had ice knife slots.
all
But I
right.
don't.
So does the bat stay where it's at, or does it flutter down the hallway a little bit?
If they're facing away from it, I think for now, it'll just go here, just not draw any attention.
Okay. So the reason why I asked that is a bat trying to stay still in one spot is going to make a lot more noise than a bat that's just flying, gliding, or whatever, So,
Roachone, hanging.
well, technically you could fly in and land on Kiko's or anybody actually, but it can land against the wall, whatever. That part doesn't matter. Landing is no problem for the bat. I just wanted to know what it was going to do.
Even hanging from the ceiling.
Exactly.
All right, well, I will stealthily move out.
Okay.
This is a-
Yeah, your other stealth roll is still in effect, so it's not a problem. You move out, you should be able to see them without a problem.
I guess we're all pouring out stealthily, right?
Right. Do me a favor, everybody roll initiative so we know where everybody's initiative's going to go. I'm going to let you all move to where you need to be. And then if you're going to move, I'm going to need stealth rolls. All right, that's everybody. Oh, I need to roll her initiative, sorry. Okay. And then 14.5. All right, so the back goes right before you, right, Kiko? That's what we had said?
Yep, that's what we're doing.
Okay. So I moved him down. So technically, I'm gonna let you all move based on I'm gonna call this round 0, I guess. Like a surprise round. Yeah, so anybody that's moving, that's a pretty good stealth roll considering
Yeah,
you dropped
I'm
the.
rolling.
Okay. Oh, that was almost bad.
Oh,
Yeah, so Moses, you know that you're being quiet. You're just not sure whether or not it's quiet enough. You're
Yeah.
hearing stuff. I mean, you know based on your role, you're hearing stuff, but you're not sure whether or not it's quiet enough. So that I'll just say you took that step to hear, and at that point you're going to have to make a decision. Do you think you are being quiet enough to go out into the hallway or not? So I'm going to let you.
no, I don't think so, so I'm gonna like wave Pico to go to
Okay.
ahead, so they can get if anything, they can get
Right.
I'll wait till I hear commotion out there and then come out.
Okay, so Kiko, you can get through him without using difficult terrain or anything. So get and move to where you want to go,
could stay by the door and put them turning down the hallway.
and that's kind of what Moses is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I'll go there and just peek around the corner, just
yeah. You
have partial cover. I mean, I'll have like as much cover as I can, really, but where I'll go do that so I can actually see outside of the game.
okay? So you're gonna All right. Is that everybody's turn? I'm gonna start at the top of the round, if that's where everybody wanted to go.
Surprise round.
Well, I mean, the other folks still get their movement. So yes, you could, if the first 2 people don't turn around, and that's when I'm going to roll their perception checks to see whether or not they beat your stealth rolls.
Okay, sounds good.
You know what I'm saying? And then we'll go from there. So if we get through the first 2, then yeah, that basically you all have got yourself into a perfect scenario again.
Do you think they might have disadvantage with them walking and making noise and going away from us?
Oh, the DC is just real high.
Okay.
Yeah. So I took that into account. The fact that they're not expecting anything behind them either, kind of does that too. Yeah. So the DC becomes real high for them. All right. So is everybody good with their locations?
Yeah.
All right. So this is really round 1 now, starting at the top. And this goblin, I always forget. Perception is wisdom, right?
Yes,
Thank you.
where I've been doing it a whole lot.
Yeah, I always
Pretty
forget.
sure.
Yeah. All right. This one in the back is just following along. So the one all the way in the back was probably like halfway. It took its last step, and is basically following the one right in front of him. And he does not turn around, nor show any indication that he heard anybody. This one. All right. Good choice, Moses. This other one in the back, again, similar thing, just walks up to the back of the sergeant and is following behind the sergeant. On Moses's first step, he probably heard a little bit of something, but glanced back, and at that point, Kiko was still behind like that, nobody in the hallway. And by then, Savin had already gone around the corner, so he does not perceive anybody. Faye's got the king, the bat. You want him to do anything this round?
No.
Okay. Kiko, you're up first. And you have advantage on this attack because they do not know you're there. Savin, you're going to get the same thing because you were hidden from them. Obviously, Moses, if you do a ranged attack, you would get the same. But I'm assuming you're probably going to run into melee is probably what I'm guessing. So
let's see.
those
I'll
rules don't
do,
apply.
So I can do do my 2 darts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or a spell, a cantrip, ranged spell attack, anything like that with advantage. Yep.
Okay. And I guess I'm gonna try to hit the goblin sergeant, or maybe I shouldn't. Let's see.
Work our way, officers ready to win, and then
Okay. All right. So I have advantage click.
Yeah. So we're gonna move you into a square though.
Okay.
You'd have to step out to make that attack, which is not a
Yes.
problem.
So I have that ability to take -5. I have advantage. I could do
Right.
-5 and do 10 points guaranteed.
Like
So I'm
sharpshooter.
gonna, yeah. So I'm gonna do that on my first one.
Okay. So go ahead and apply that so that way, or however you do it.
All right. So I got -5. I've got advantage. And I'm using the +1 dagger primary hand.
Okay. All right. A 21 does hit.
Okay. So it's
Add your 10 damage to the modifier and roll damage. "15 points of damage." Looks like the goblin sergeant not absorbed that, but the dagger sticking out of his arm at this point in between in the pieces of his armor. So it definitely is embedded into him right now.
maybe the back of his neck.
Okay, yep, there you go.
Okay. and
He's
then,
not incapacitated though.
No, right, yeah. I didn't get him right in his spinal cord, but a little off, maybe.
Right.
Okay,
He's got a little bit
offhand.
of tingling in the elbows, you know. All right, offhand, go ahead.
All right, I gotta do advantage again.
Yes, sir.
And this one I'm doing a regular, I guess
No sharpshooter?
I might as well do sharpshooter. If I got advantage, let me do that again. -5. It's worth it. Offhand. A crit.
Ouch.
And
No,
that
hold on.
crit.
Yeah, so
now he sticks him in the spot.
right, so that's 20 points plus the D4. So what I need you to do is just tell me how you kill him.
In the
So,
neck.
Get
with the
and
dagger
roll the
first.
damage. You're gonna see you're gonna exceed his hit points by quite a bit. But go ahead and roll your damage so that way it does it. But you're basically going to be describing how you just took out the sergeant.
Okay. So I'm gonna do +10, right?
Yeah, put the 10 down in the modifier box,
Okay.
and then roll your damage. It'll automatically do double damage. Yes.
Gosh, and all that damage only exceeded it by 8. But that was still wonderful.
Oh, you know what it didn't do? It didn't double the 10.
Okay,
It only did 14 points of damage because
gotcha.
so that should have been 24 points of damage. So it exceeded by 18 actually. Yeah, so you were supposed to get double 10. So I probably need to make an effect for you. So because if you would have put the effect on, it would have rolled. Oh, maybe not. Crits is double dice damage. I thought it was double. Anyway, it should have been double everything, and it didn't do double everything. It only added the modifier at the end. Which,
Okay.
but in either case, I knew he was going to die. So, all right, yeah, your 2 daggers hit home.
Yeah,
And-
like almost 40 points, I think.
Right, yeah. The 24 points plus the 15. So yeah, that's 39 points of damage. So the sergeant drops in his shoes. He basically falls forward with 2 daggers in him.
All right, and then Kiko slips back in here.
Okay. Savin, you're up.
I'll let that one.
I know, right?
I'm going to target the
Okay. Didn't pull yourself out into the hallway though. You're gonna step out, fire, and then you can go anywhere you want after that. But don't forget you have advantage on this roll. $18 does hit though. Don't forget sneak attack and then roll your damage. Yeah, so that's enough. You just wipe out that guy in the back.
quickly get behind and hide.
All right.
Stealth roll.
Yeah, you get that's cunning action. Hide, right? Bonus action.
Yeah. There's,
Yep. Can give me a stealth roll. DC's pretty low right here, so yeah, you got it. You're gonna be hidden next round.
Yeah.
All right. So this goblin, he's not gonna get a turn because you guys had that surprise round, but he does see his 2 party members. Well, he saw the sergeant get hit by the daggers, so he does at least turn around.
I
And
wish I'd left the bat out there at this point, hovering in the middle of the hallway.
right, that'd be fun again.
Let
the bat.
Moses,
let it squeak at them when they turn
Right.
around.
all right, so you step out in the hallway and you see the one to your left there, ribbed bra, is turned around facing you. Yeah, the other one, strapless suit, is still facing forward, kind of surprised that the sergeant just went down. He hadn't had a turn yet, so that's kind of why.
I'm coming out, but I'm not hollering to get his attention. I'm just hoping that the crushing of this guy's head turns my way.
Okay.
Stand there, put it out, pop. If they turn red.
That is a hit.
Oh,
Minimal damage, but he is heavy.
I might as well smack him in the face with a shield after that.
Okay. Oh, you go to mash him with the face, and the shield hits the dungeon wall there, and you're not able to connect.
Oh. That's it for me.
All right. Slowbad's just standing there with Faye. Top of the round, this other one turns and realizing he's in a very bad situation, draws the scimitar just now. That's his interaction with an object. Turns to fight you, and realizing the other goblin standing next to him, he parries around and moves around on you to try to overcome the situation. probably in vain, but he's going to try anyway. And it's a scimitar attack with advantage. And he rolls a 1 and a 3.
It continues tonight.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. The saga continues.
So he then takes a bonus action and disengages 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He starts running away down south to try to get down to the you think he's trying to run down, you know.
Probably gonna try and get help.
Yeah, that's Faye's turn. She's holding on to slow bad. The bat's turn. Bat doing anything?
Yes, I'll send him out.
Okay.
And just, let's see, I'm gonna send him this way to kind of scout for us.
Okay. Yeah, he comes out and immediately sees a goblin. Would he pass by the goblin that's running down the hallway?
Yes, but up along the ceiling top.
Okay.
Let me see. That's
Yeah, you-
30 to get there.
Yeah, you have him 15. You have him at 15 feet, which is fine. So it's right along the ceiling top. That's not a problem. I just wanted to know what your thoughts were.
And I'll have him just essentially dash. So.
Okay.
60.
Okay.
And that'll be all he does.
Okay.
And then Pico, I can see him from where I am, but I'll step out. 10, 15. And I will, let's see, I don't have advantage,
You do not this time, no.
but I'm still on a regular goblin. I'm going to take -5 on my first one for +10.
$26 somehow hits.
Just barely.
Yeah, so again, you take out, he's running down the hallway, he's like dagger to the back of the neck or something, and he just goes down, sliding into the last 5 feet.
I think I'm gonna take up some magic or something here.
All right, he'll spin around and throw his offhand dagger over here at this guy. Hey, -5. I'm on a roll.
All right, so before you do that, you've got Moses right there. You're going to get a -2 throwing over him, though. Just so you know. So it'd be -7.
What if I move one to here?
Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Sharpshooter, you ignore partial cover, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yep. So disregard all before I was a dumbass. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, so
All right.
I was saying because you got this huge paladin in the way. But if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
ignore partial cover, you ignore partial cover. So that's what he had.
I
So
think even 3/4 covered.
right. I forgot all about your sharpshooter. So you're good. No issues. -5 +10.
Make it up just by rolling some more rolls.
Right. So Sabin, that would apply to your roll now because he's in the way, but
Okay.
a 15 does hit.
Pretty
I don't think it's gonna matter.
This is nuts.
So Moses,
Like, where was all this when we were in the room under pressure fighting?
I know, right?
Because like I was like doing nothing but dancing, avoiding swings at me the whole time. And it was Seven who was like going around like Uber delivering something other than eats. He was killing them all.
rapiers.
Yeah.
Blood for you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So you got a goblin sergeant and 3 goblins laying in the hallway. They were clearly either a roving patrol or some type of reinforcements. They didn't look like they were under any urgency, but they were clearly heading toward the throne room. They never got there. The goblin sergeant was killed 5 feet from the throne door.
Yeah, we got a boogie.
Yeah.
Call Faye and skedaddle.
Want to drag the bodies into the chamber?
I will be gone, I hope. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't lose the time. I'd just take off.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. So
Just
Faye,
back in the weird-
you would motion to Faye to come out. She would do that with Slowbad. Pass off Slowbad to Moses. Yep.
Yeah.
And
There's no door there, is there?
there is, but it was open.
Okay. And this room is barricaded. We're gonna have to move some furniture.
And it is still barricaded.
Uh-oh, how'd that happen? It must have come this way.
Should we barricade that door? Body?
I mean, technically you can do whatever you want, but
I'm gonna drag this goblin, kind of put, the doors look like they open in or out.
out toward you.
Okay, I'm gonna stuff his body right at the junction.
Okay.
It'll make it harder for him to open it.
And that, like in between those two squares there.
Yeah,
Alright.
right between the door.
So it takes you a minute or about a minute or so to do that.
You want me to do like move earth? There's probably no earth here to move that.
No, this is a more refined stone in here, like somebody built it type thing.
Is there any type of lock or anything on the side?
Well, it's all rock. The floors, the walls.
Can the door-
There's another door here too, though.
Oh, you mean individual rocks? Yeah, that's another door there as well.
Probably just ought to keep going, I think.
I think so too.
Right, okay. I'll put the body in there.
Okay, yeah, I mean the body's laid in there. I mean it would take a little bit of strength check to push it through. And if Slowbad's going to be with you, Moses, I'm not. I got to move
Yeah.
both tokens. So, right. So you get to there. It's going to take you a minute or so to clear that area from what you piled up. I mean, you did it pretty well. So I mean, with 2 or 3 of you doing it, 60 seconds or so is all we're talking.
But before we do, can the bat listen at the door, like just fly up there close to it?
Of
just
course,
listen with his-
yeah.
Okay.
Go and roll that with advantage because of his echo. Yeah, he hears nothing.
Okay, I'll let him know unless start moving furniture.
All right. Yeah. So, like I said, I'm guessing maybe 60 seconds or so. You guys just move the stuff out of the way. It's not heavy. You just,
Should we
unbarricade the door. Say again?
I think we just need to get out of here.
Right, crack the door and let the bat out.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Open stuff.
All right. You open up the door. You see nothing down there. Bat sees nothing to the west. Bat can see all the way down to the end of the hallway, down to there, and sees and hears nothing. Okay.
Yeah, as he's going, he'll say he's cleared this, he's cleared that.
Right.
So he's fine. And then I got to go back here so I can see Kiko to move him up.
And as soon as, if anything, Kiko sees or hears,
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, so the back gets to there, and
I think this is where I was a minute ago. I just
You
had
were.
to move him back.
right, I had to roll the other half.
Oh, okay.
So he does not see or hear anything ahead of him. Gets to there. Give me a perception check with advantage, please.
From the back.
From the bat, yeah. Yeah, clearly So he hears footsteps off in the distance, and they're coming from down this hallway, but he can't see anything. From where he's at, he sees the drape that's just hanging over the doorway there. The doorway's showing open, but reality is it's like a cloth door, just like a tarp hanging there. That's kind of what the door is. So, but he hears footsteps coming from further away than just like maybe around one of the corners. Pretty distant with that roll.
Okay, so Kiko will say that.
So
and
he's
then-
he's thinking 60 feet or more.
Yeah, Kiko will just say dash, or hurt, you know what I mean, like run. In the battle, go to here.
All right, and that doorway to the south is open.
Okay, I'm gonna move, so I'm gonna assume that, so I can just see my other person
That's fine.
moving. We'll come down.
Is that like the steps out?
I
Yeah,
think
this is out.
Okay.
That's the blind, that's like the murder area where they murder hole, we have
Right.
wedged the door, so
Yep. And
if that's it.
so Kiku can see that the wedges are still there. The pitons are still there. Or maybe they found it and left it that way. You're not sure. All right, so
I'll look
Savin,
here.
give me a perception check with advantage.
Who's doing that?
Savin? Oh, Kiko, you're down there too. Both of you. Well, gosh. Yeah, so both of you with ease. So you hear the footsteps that the bat heard, and it's clearly coming from up north. And you all recall what, 20 minutes ago, if that, I think is the total time you've been in the lair. About 20 minutes ago, you watched a group walk
Oh, yeah.
north. You have a feeling it may be that group coming back on their patrol.
Yeah, it was 12 of them.
Right.
I will make sure that Moses and King get, and Faye too, get through.
Okay. Yeah, so you're
Okay.
basically hearing and you're waving them by, that kind of thing. Okay?
Wave with urgency.
So Moses, do me a favor and roll me a stealth check as you're trying to hurley, is that even a word? Very rapidly walk down the hallway without making too much noise.
Hurriedly. I think
Hurriedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I think, did Marianne put guidance on him?
She can. Hold on.
Yeah, if we're running, maybe
Yeah,
she
yeah,
should guidance.
Okay, that can happen. Sorry, I'm not playing her character very well. Hold on.
Well, we do that regularly when we're all here playing.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me find. I gotta find it first. Okay, and that goes on Moses. All right. Then give me a stealth roll.
I can't. Guys,
Oh, I've got disadvantage because
Yep.
I'm in armor.
So you know you're making quite a bit of noise as you run around the corner. Obviously, they're with you too. So let me move them.
Yeah, clankety, clankety, clank. Yeah.
So Faye gets to hear. Now I'm gonna roll.
Some kind of, I want armor that,
Yeah, we gotta-
something like that, yeah, something that'll increase my stealth.
He needs a cloak, a cap, and boots, and
Right.
underwear of
so-
on that Joker.
Savin,
I might
as
go get a full plate too.
yeah,
Full plate of Elden Go.
as
It depends, Elden depends, and they're disposable, you only get to use them a time.
Right.
so as Faye turns the corner, you hear
What was that?
Oh, okay.
So hold on, Kiko. Where you're at, Savin heard that.
Okay.
Can I tell if it's
You heard goblin.
angry?
You can tell it's goblin coming from this way. You heard a cry out as Moses was rounding the corner.
So it does sound like an urgent
Yes,
type of thing.
an urgent utterance.
Quickly duck into the room, push Faye in.
Okay.
Around to it, shut the door, shut the door.
Right. So I'm gonna move you guys in. I had Faye in the way. Sorry. All right. So you're able to shut the door. All right. So what do you guys do then?
Keep moving.
Bar the door and is there anything in here to
All there is one little the gaming table that's right in front of you. That's not very big. You're
make some wedges or something?
yeah. You're thinking even who's got the lowest strength in here. I'm gonna look real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna tell on y'all. Yeah, even Kiko could move it out of the way. Push it out of the way.
Even Eco, that hurts.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
He's stronger than Bart, the bat,
Right.
so he's not last.
So
Right.
maybe-
Actually, yeah. So the bat couldn't do it, but
Right, well, I actually have a crowbar. I would jam it under the door to.
I mean, if you have pitons, you could do that too. No, you use the piton as like a wedge, like a like
Shove it under.
yeah. You're just gonna shove it under and kick it, and it'll wedge it. So yeah, it would definitely make it harder. I'm not impossible, but
Stuff went in the joint where it,
yeah, right underneath the
all
door,
right.
whatever,
Yeah.
keep it from opening in. Yeah.
we'll try that and then I'll wait till make sure the key gets out. Send the bat out first. See if the bat
Okay.
gets up.
Oh, that's good.
Is there a door down here?
There's a secret
Yeah.
door down there, right where the bat's at. Sorry.
Okay, it's
There
not
we go.
coming up to flick open.
Right,
I guess
because
I-
it's a secret door. You guys know where it's
Oh,
at.
okay,
though. Yeah,
okay.
it's a secret door, but you guys know where it's at. So you're able to get there. And give me a perception check with advantage for the bat.
Okay. Man, where are these rolls when I'm fighting?
Right. So the bat would hear. He thinks it's an animal. Maybe even two animals walking in this general direction. And it's already probably 20 or 30 feet away from where the entrance is.
And we remember those wargs with goblins riding them too.
Yeah,
Right. And that's probably how the bat would describe that noise.
Okay, well, we may have time, they don't know where we went necessarily. So, and they might worry about the king. You know, if they're coming out here looking, they might go that way first versus like maybe someone trying to flee that, you know. So maybe we have time to wait here to see if that ward can pass.
Right. Well, they're already passing, so they're already by where the entrance is. They're about 20 or 30 feet away from the entrance.
Oh, they're
Walking
going
away, yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll just give them a little bit of time to keep going
All right.
and keep scooting.
All right, so you give them another round or 2 rounds? 6 seconds or 12 seconds?
12 seconds, and we can go
Okay.
back and probably fly out and not be heard. I would
Oh,
think.
for sure. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll
So the-
let him just.
All right,
fly
so
out.
he goes out. He sees that for sure the 2 animals with 2 goblins on it. You can actually see through his eyes if you take one of the rounds to do that. And you see the 2 warg riders are really about 40 feet away from the entrance, heading away.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll say that, and I'll say let's.
All right, so
Give them one round and then come on out.
the goblin riding one of the wargs sees the bat flying out, but does nothing.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably ordinary, huh? Coming
Right.
out of the cave.
Yeah, so it heard the bat, turned around, saw the bat flying, and then turned back. That's what you saw through the bat's eyes. I'm assuming the bat's just not hovering in one spot, right?
No, he's coming out. Yeah,
Right,
he's
yeah.
coming out to come out and up and.
Yeah, and as he looks, you look, and that's what you saw. So
Okay.
yeah, so it definitely heard the bat come out. So it's close enough that it heard. Its perception check was pretty high, so it heard the bat come out, turned and looked, saw it, and then kept on going. But they're just walking; they're not like running or anything.
All right, we give them just another, those 6 more seconds, let
Okay.
them move, hopefully 30 or however many more
Yeah,
feet away.
they move about 30 feet. It's typical, normal movement. They're not dashing or anything. So, yeah, they move their normal movement, whatever a warg moves. I didn't even look it up, to be honest with you.
Okay. We'll hit those woods that we were hiding in, I suppose.
Okay.
Out here.
Yeah, so
That
you
we're
all,
familiar with, the
Yeah.
familiar scouting spots.
all right. All right, so stop there. I'm going to move you off of this. When Faye catches up to you in the woods, she tells you that she thought she heard someone trying to open up the door to the guard room that you were in, the game where the game table is. As she was going through the secret door, and she hit the button to close it as she went through it. So it's closed again.
Okay.
And then she tells you that she thought she heard them trying to open up the door, not kicking it in. They tried to open up the door and evidently couldn't immediately.
Yeah.
So that little bit helped her step out without them seeing her. All right, so what does the party do now? You're in hiding about 20 or 30 feet from the entrance to the secret door, not the entrance to the cave. The cave's a little bit further down, but you're in that general area. So you're no longer on this map, basically. But I'm going to leave you on here just for roleplay reasons.
I think we need to keep moving since we know the patrols come around.
Yep.
And there's one just passed, so we should move as far away as we can before we,
Okay?
just keep going. That's my thought. What do you guys think?
I like it too. We've been this way
Right.
all the times.
All right.
Yeah.
So everybody
We
roll.
had that,
Everybody roll me a stealth roll with advantage.
okay, thank you. No, I won't have a.
Well, yours will be even because you have advantage and
Yeah, it'll be-
Yep. Okay. Then Faye. All right. I mean, you guys are moving through the woods. That's kind of what, you know. So, all right. So you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing this map. And you all are now in the woods that lead into the cave. You know that you're going to be going out into the plains area here in a little bit as you head south toward the Edgell Hill Woods. Because there's some area in between the woods and here that like it's plains area.
What time of day is it?
Yeah, it's about midday probably almost, right? You guys you woke up, you came to the area here, you watched for about an hour or so, I think is what you said. Maybe, I don't remember whether it was one or two. And you watched the wargs go by, and then you snuck in real quick, and then searched a little bit, not a whole lot, immediately went up to the guard room area, the checkpoint room, basically. And then you fought that battle there, and then you immediately went straight up to the throne room, basically, and then did that battle there, and then came back out. So, I mean, we're only talking a couple hours. I mean, you literally woke up a few hours ago, so it's almost midday right now, maybe. Yeah, you guys went in and out pretty quickly.
Is the king keeping up okay?
Oh yeah, he's actually a bigger goblin than the rest. So he's about the same size as like Moses and you. I mean, humanoid, you know. He's not little like the other goblins.
But he's not. Hip one's not.
No, he's moving okay. I mean, yeah. I see what you're saying now. Yeah, so I mean, he's hurt, but he's not, you know. I mean, don't let him fall. That's for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, you got a list to suppress. Bat doing recon. Make sure you don't run into anything.
Yeah, let's just keep doing that. So he'll go up high like we did when we were tracking.
Can't your familiar take different forms?
He can,
Oh, okay.
but I'd have to do the ritual spell and all, because he was an owl when I was
Yeah.
last time.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Mr. Hoots. Are you talking, Brian? If you are, you're on mute.
Oh, I was. Sorry about that. Bear with me. Hold on. I went to try to. I don't know what I'm doing actually. I lost some tokens. I don't know where they went. Yeah, I'm good like that sometimes.
Good luck that.
All right, let me try to pull them up. Yeah, I clearly don't know what I'm doing. I tried to do it twice and it won't work. So, let me just do this.
Say, oh, sorry, it's a little hiccup in the system.
Right. Yeah, who knows? Oh.
It's like, what, 3 or 4 days travel to go to, the Glade.
Yes. All right, so you guys are traveling for about 4 or 5 minutes south, and you come across a clearing where you're definitely going to have to go out to cross over into where the forest is, but you have not heard anything recently. You did when you first were heading south away from the cave. You did hear the wargs off in the distance, but they were definitely going the opposite direction. No issues there. But as you're traveling south, you're right on the edge of the opening. You start heading south, and you're probably a minute or so into the clearing, and you hear the sounds of a winged creature. No perception checks needed. You turn and you see 2 winged goblins flying your way. So let me share the map. Everybody roll initiative.
As we see the winged goblins, do we, before we like get in combat range, have the king tell them something? Whatever we
Of
plan,
course,
you
of
know?
course. Yeah, that's fine. Yep. All right. So as you were traveling, what would you have told the king to tell them if they, if you were all were encountered? I'll give you a minute or so to talk about that, because that's something you probably all would have discussed as you were walking, and you've had enough time to do that.
Well, I think before we even left with the king, we had talked about how we would have the king kind of tell us what he knew would work with the
Okay.
goblins to help make them not, to listen to him and not attack.
I mean, to him, he thinks he's the king. Anything he says, they'll probably listen to. I mean, that's the arrogance that you would have gotten from him. Truthful arrogance. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But, you know, does he not have like, you know, okay, like maybe he's gonna go meet the Black Hands or
Oh, yeah.
like that, something like that, and like maybe, and now I thought he might know what to say, but if he doesn't come up with something, I would think something like, you know, the Black Hands attacked and killed my staff. I'm off, you know, if they double cross me, I'm off to go get help. You guys hold the fort, something like that. These mercenaries are going to take me to someone who will make a dirty agreement with us to get those. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we're his liaisons to help him connect with our evil band that's going to come get revenge on the Black Hands.
Okay.
We also have that Black Hand shield, we could also play it the other way around if you want, but I like your one.
Oh, like we are Black Hands.
Yeah,
Whichever he thinks fine.
Yeah.
yeah, and he's supposed to get money from the Black Hand that they haven't gotten yet, and we're taking him to get the money before he can tell them.
My only concern is if they think, like, there's a bunch of dead people in there that they may have seen.
Yeah,
We kind of have to account for that.
I like your plan better.
Yeah, and the other thing is if we're just doing normal Black Hand cooperative work, they may want to tag along, because why wouldn't they? You know, kind of, so. Okay.
Which way are you gonna go?
I think the first series is supposed to- But if it goes south, then it's blood.
All right. All right. So you tell me what the king yells out. So you all see the map, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you see, oh, so let me put the proper altitude on these. There we go. One's flying a little higher than the other. They have spears.
And I guess if we do go the route of saying that the Black Hands did the double crossing and killed people and hadn't paid, and we're going to, we're mercenaries taking them to our secret group who are going to help get revenge. If it comes down to it, maybe Moses can brandish the Black Hand shield and say, "See, we know it was them. They left us behind."
Yeah.
Okay. So what does the king yell out to them? They're 60 feet away or so.
I guess to go back, that they can't know where we're going. These are mercenaries. You can't know where we're going. We've been double crossed. Go back and guard, the entrance and fly patrols under whatever routine they normally do, and just have them go back up there and say he'll be back at dawn tomorrow.
Don't talk to anybody.
All right. So, okay, let me see. I'm going to have him.
Oh, wait. Also, bring us some beers first. I'm kidding.
Huh.
Some Uber. We've got Uber goblins.
Oh. Okay. So he yells that out. He yells, "Go back! These mercenaries are going to help me collect the money for the Black Hand." He says something grumbly in Goblin along the lines of, "Damn Black Hand, I knew they'd double cross us," that kind of thing. And the winged goblins like stop their pursuit, flutter in midair, and then they respond to the king in Goblin.
I'm glad I picked it up.
And he turns to Moses. Slowbad looks at Moses.
Pico will just yell out, "Your king is so distraught. They were double crossed and butchered. It was horrible." And then says to Moses, "Show him the shield, the evidence.
I'll pull up the shield.
We know it was the Black Hands. And the king reached out to us, and we're taking him to our people. We will get revenge and work with you, Wortley."
All right, so I need, Kiko, from you a persuasion check with advantage.
And of course, he's going to look at the king to like
No,
endorse.
no,
It's also
yeah,
speak.
so, yep. Yes, this is all happening, or deception, whatever one you, persuasion or deception. You're either going to persuade them or deceive them. Either one, I'll let you choose. Persuade them that you're telling the truth in your story, and or deceive them completely and just go that route. So
I'll do persuasion, because if persuasion fails, it seems to be less harmful than if they know I'm deceiving
right, okay,
them.
sure.
Let's
That's
see. Okay. All right. So I've got advantage clicked, persuasion. I'm very nervous. Let's see. Is Faye over there whispering her guidance?
oh, yep. I'm sorry.
Out of her
Hold on, I can do that.
Intuitively.
Don't roll. Yeah,
Okay.
I got to jump to her stuff. So yeah, she would definitely do that. As you were talking, she would be casting it because it's really while you're talking. So as soon as I find it. All right.
Oh, I see it. It's on. Okay. Sorry. I'm doing persuasion. Here we go.
Oh shit. I don't think you can even roll that high.
I think they're gonna get us some beers. I
Wow.
want a hot dog too, sir. I want nachos with cheese. No onion.
Bring some pie.
And pie. Apple pie too.
So you see these things weren't flying very smoothly. It's almost like, you know, a bird flies real smooth and it very, you know, or the bat even flies with grace even. These things are very clumsy in their flight, almost like they haven't had wings their whole life and they're learning how to fly. But they're like hovering and flying and they're all over the place, really. Up and down 5-10 feet at a time, you know, just like really clumsy. And you can tell they're perplexed and they look at the king and they say this. So after you told them and you persuaded them, the king said, basically reassured them and said something along the lines of, yeah, that's what I meant to say. And, you know, he says it in Goblin. So they respond back to him with this.
Okay, and I think earlier he had said to them to set patrols and kind of like watch out because of the double crossing.
Correct. Yep.
So hopefully they're taken up. He would just, I would think since he said that, he would just reiterate, yeah, set the fences, secure the area, increase patrols. You know, risk, you know, goblins might not say that, but bad things likely happen soon.
Okay.
I'll be back in morning
Okay.
with big help.
All right. So you whisper that over to him to have him say that, right?
I'm hoping he'll say it if he's working with us like he seems to have so far. You know, he goes like just looking at him to kind of indicate, respond.
Okay. Let me see,
You know,
see how he rolls. So he's not very as elaborate as what you just said. He just says, "Yeah, I'm going to be gone at least a day. Improve the guard post. Double it up, that kind of thing.
Okay.
He's flustered, so to speak." He rolled a 7, by the way.
okay.
All right. Within a round or so, they turn and fly away. Oh my God, how did you get out of that combat?
With a king.
And my lousy ass rolls.
Yeah. And that Bizarro Nat 20.
Well, so what you all didn't see, let me go back. So here was the king's roll. Oh no, their perception or insight roll was this. Right? And then the king rolled to persuade them.
Close call.
Yeah. So yeah. And in this particular case, meets it, beats it. So I was like, okay. So I figured with a 17 they were gonna see through your stuff there, but no, they did not. So I'm going to remove them from the combat tracker. Congratulations on averting a battle. I still add it to your experience points because it actually happened. Which I will go ahead and grant your experience now. Bear with me though, I do need to add one more battle that I forgot to add. Bear with me here. And that's the reinforcements. All right, hold on. Almost there, guys. All right, they're there. Good. Close that out. I don't need that anymore. Don't need this map anymore because it's gone now. All right. Awarding experience. If that levels you up, you have to wait for your long rest.
Akiko will reassure the king right after that encounter, that well done and life is going to be so good. You're going to have so much, support and live a good life and have any challenges you want, but you can take it easy too.
Okay.
Never want for anything.
He says, Slowbad only hope that you're true to your word.
And then he'll say, you have been so far, as have we. This truce will continue for our lives. You work with us, big adventure awaits, unless you want to take it easy and feast.
All right, so that is the information that you had gotten from where King Beldar was held. So that way you have that in case all I did was say it before. I want to make sure you have the actual location in case you want to put it in notes or anything.
Let's click that scroll too.
Oh, to identify, you mean?
Yeah, scroll.
Oh yeah. It's just it was partially burnt, almost like somebody was trying to destroy it, but it was enough information there to show that there was clearly an agreement. So. All right. All right, so you guys start heading south again. Is that the intent?
Yes, and along the way, let's talk. I guess Moses will need to work on a plan for how Moses can go into his you know, Fey or Elven family and kind of like grease the skids and say like, we're bringing a pork king in and you can't kill him. We've made this deal. And maybe we don't even go in until he agrees to it.
Right. So right now you are somewhere right in between these two areas here, heading south. Maybe a little bit further over, somewhere over here maybe.
What was the king gonna give us if we brought the Goblin King's head?
You know it was supposed to be Edrahil's ring.
Okay. And did we know how that was gonna help us in any way?
You do not. You're not even sure what it is.
I'm even wondering if we even need to take this guy to them and probably, but I'm just wondering, just want to question it. Could we do something else? Like get him to the guy that we paid to go back to Indadium. I guess I'm saying that right. Indadium. But maybe that guy owes us and he's rich. Maybe we just go there and say, hey, here's your twin brother. You two enjoy life together. You got to take care of him, you know, until we get back at least. And then go look for the king where we know where he is already.
I don't know, yeah. I think if we go to Indadium, we could take him to Indadium, and we could also show the, whoever the rulers are there, we got it from. That could be like his ticket, so to speak. So the king gave us all of this information about the Black Hand and how they helped capture them, but he wants to come and give this information up so that it can have some diplomatic immunity.
I like that, but I worry that the problem is I don't think we're supposed to let anybody know, because if word gets out that the king's missing.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'd have to go back to Helen Brown then.
Right. And you
Yeah.
believe, honestly, based on what you learned and based on what you were told, you think your next stop probably is Helen Brown to report back what you found out. So you were only asked to find out where the king was, not necessarily rescue him.
Okay, cool. That's great. You guys like that?
Yeah. Hey, but I want to stop by if it's not too big of a problem, do we stop by that blacksmith
Oh, yeah.
on the one on the edge? He had some nice stuff, and now we have money.
Yeah. But now would we know in Helen Brown, would they have the same kind of level of magic items there? Do we know, from having been there a little bit?
You're not sure, and it would be based on what the availability of the shops were. But based on what you heard the blacksmith tell you, is he is providing many of the magic items that are crafted anyway for this region. So any of the merchants that are coming through here that you would see in Helen Brown may possibly have some of the things that the blacksmith has, and then others that they picked up along the way, because obviously this backwoods blacksmith isn't the only one. I mean, there's other wizards, there's other alchemists, there's other, you know what I mean? That you would know that that's common. Now, it's not common that there's that many of them. You just happen to come upon one and learn that the blacksmith is in fact a arcane blacksmith, and he is one of the many providers of the realm, that type of thing.
So he's a wholesaler, though. The other guys buy from him and sell higher. So
Right. Yep.
we get a better price there.
And you're friends with him based on the facts of.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
Yeah,
And our horses are there.
True.
Right.
I forgot about that. That just dawned on me.
And Faye loves her horse. I remember
Right.
she had a big episode about leaving her horse there.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but you believed that they were safe, and I mean, you would have never ever left them there had you not thought they were. I mean, there was no expectation that anything other afoul was there.
But now, how is the dwarf gonna react to bringing Goblin King to stay with him as well? You know, we might run into a similar issue.
Right. So
Probably not as bad.
I guess the question is, what do you do?
Get the magic items and get the horses. They just need to put this dude somewhere like on its own. Group tribe of goblins or something like that, that you might be able to coexist peacefully with.
Yeah, I think he'd stir up trouble. We put him back with more goblins, so I think maybe Kiko's fine staying with him in the woods, away from the dwarf, and you guys go in and do your transactions with the dwarf and get Kiko's horse, and then when you guys come out, you know,
Do
we'll
you
link
think
up.
the dwarf would do something to him? Maybe we could come to the.
Possibly,
maybe-
dwarves would not like him normally.
Yeah, they have a general animosity toward, they are like headed.
I mean, this king has done quite a bit to this region too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, if they know, okay, so you all know this. I mean, you heard about the king through the folks in the wood, but he's done enough in this region that if anybody knows he's the king, that it's going to be very hard in this general area here for him to be not, the word's not liked, accepted would be a better word.
yeah.
But there are goblins in society, so it's possible. It's just he particularly was doing a lot of bad. So
Yeah, and he's the king, and they may have even seen or heard of his description, and he's killed, the people of certainly that Glade or Glen or whatever it is.
yeah, in the wood. Yep.
Yeah, so definitely not fair. It's probably not worth the risk. Kiko's fine keeping him out while you guys wheel and deal.
Is there, so like a history check, would there be like any kind of community, that we know of that you might get into?
All right. So yeah, anybody that wants to think about that, give me a history check. I'll go ahead and roll phase. Faye doesn't have a clue.
Go in low.
Kiko has no clue. Savin has no clue.
gonna find my history. I don't have a clue where to find it. There it is.
Yeah. Yeah, you all know that. I mean, there's goblins. Shoot, there was goblins in Hellenbrown. Most of them were like servants, though, and not in servitude, but they were working as servants, that kind of thing. Not well-to-do or anything. I mean, making ends meet. Let me put it that way. So you didn't see any in the wood, except for ones that were attacking. There were none at the southern side of Scarlet Moon Hills, but in other established, like different settlements and that kind of thing, you've seen, there'd be one or two goblins living amongst other people. You're not sure, though. Again, with him being the king, you're not sure how well he would be accepted if anyone found out.
Yeah. Spot. Try to escape to or settle with. Dream cottage in the mountains somewhere that you've been wanting to retire to.
Well, we kind of told him we were taking, we were going to set him up somewhere. So you know what I mean? We kind of like, we're going to take you and you're going to be, so And I think he would be a great, like, apprentice as the king's executioner in Helen Brown. Let's say, we'll get him a government job with good government benefits, chopping people's heads off. I mean, what more does a king want to be
He's got the
a head
axe and
chopper?
everything.
Absolutely, absolutely, and he's probably killing humans. A lot of humans getting executed. I mean, that's like the gravy job.
So as you guys are talking about this, he says, if I had the choice, I would want to go to Natum. My kind is accepted a little bit more there. And the fact that I participated in the kidnapping of the king of Helen Brown, I don't know that I would be welcome there.
Okay, yeah, I guess he could be a head chopper and innate him. Yeah. But they don't have any reason to accept him from us unless we tip our story about the king's currently missing.
Or
So-
we could just,
or he's just a regular citizen too, though.
and we could just have, the other guy that owes us, the one that we rescued from the, although he knows the king. He could be in debt to that guy.
I guess for now, if nothing else for now, that seems like a good enough plan, but I really kind of think if we told him how he cooperated with us in Helen Brown, there might be a decent chance that they would say, you know, because he's helping solve this huge mystery and helping get the king free, they might give him a pardon. Especially with, if we vouch for how he was honorable to his word and all the way, but,
I will cross that.
All right.
okay.
Press on to get the post.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys gonna go around the outside of the wood or cut through it? I mean, you have maps and everything, yeah, so you for sure could cut through. I just wanted to know so I know length of travel, that kind of thing.
Except that we could run into the elves with them, and they could say, oh, and there could be a little scuffle out there. What do you think? I think planes were more likely not run into people who hate this guy. Like everybody in Edward Hills Woods really want to kill this guy. So
Skirt the outside of the woods. And trying to
Okay.
think that was-
All right, so you got about 170 miles to go to get to the blacksmith. Yeah, it's not unheard of, so probably going to be a good 3-4 days to get there. So the question I have for you is, as you're traveling, is the Goblin King tied, restrained, and are you walking with him in a way where he is like grappled, or are you just letting him walk as a prisoner, not tied up?
Like, walk free and give him a cloak put over him and all that.
Well, he has a cloak on, and he's still wearing his armor. He doesn't have any weapons. You disarmed him. So I just wanted to know how he was traveling is all.
yeah, let's have him put his scepter away and to play off like he's just a member of our adventuring party.
Okay?
As being as tall as he is, he probably looks like that.
Right. Other than the fact he has no weapons.
Right.
He's the
Right.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
this
for-
way it's looking, he's probably gonna wind up being in the party.
Okay. Yeah, so he can put his scepter away. That's not a problem. And then he's just walking amongst you. Obviously, I mean, you all could, kill him very easily. So,
We'll have him in the middle of us, kind of,
okay.
If he runs in any one direction, one or two of us have an opportunity to attack.
In the last hour or two of you walking, I mean, he was being grappled and restrained that time for that time up till me just asking. He did not show any signs of trying to run away, nor did he indicate any hints that you saw as he was talking to the two flying goblins either. So you're not seeing anything like that to make you think that he was trying to do anything of that nature.
And, if we can, back in there, we were like assuring him, Pico was assuring him we were going to take him to a place. And then at the time I had in mind, back where whatever the place was in the woods. And I was thinking they would, in my mind, take good care of him. So I sincerely meant what I was saying until I realized it wasn't good. But all along, we were kind of talking with confidence with him about how, we're going to get him set up.
Right.
So any discussions that the party has about what to do with him really wouldn't be like exposing our cluelessness in front of.
No, of course. No. Yeah.
So he should, hopefully we can retcon it, is that the word used? To where like basically he doesn't know, we don't really have our concerns that grew and then our alternate plan that we developed.
Right. I mean, so there would be nothing wrong with you all discussing where do we think the best place to take him would be, and you all discussing your thoughts on the best place. That's not indecision. That's more everyone had their own opinion type thing. So I don't see anything negative there. I think that'd be normal conversation. And that's kind of what, when he heard that is when he mentioned that he wouldn't mind going to Needham, which is out on the coast. You heard him say, it's a town off the coast. He's never been to the coast. He's only ever lived up in the frozen peaks, that kind of thing. It's a long ways away. It's nowhere near where his goblin clan was. So he's less likely to get caught. That kind, the furthest away that he can get. That's kind of what he was portraying as he was describing it to you all.
Well, that's where Kiko's from.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's not over here. I thought you were saying that we were talking
No,
about Needham. We're
Needham.
talking about going over here.
Datum, yes.
Needham, not in Datum. Okay.
Correct. In Datum is where that one guy was that was
Yeah.
and he most likely is back in that city. These are cities, by the way. There's little settlements all around that aren't listed here, but these are the larger cities of the region. And yeah, so when he mentions Needham, you understood, and he doesn't know a whole lot about it, but he knows it's out on the coast. He heard it was a nice place. He knows that there's not a goblin clan, but there's a goblin faction, so to speak. No, that's not even the right word either, because they're not a group. There's a large settlement of goblins that live there already. So, and they're not uncommon, and you would know that would be a true statement, because you've seen gnomes there, you've seen goblins, kobolds are even there, believe it or not. Different races are, in fact, in that city of Needham. So
Okay, and in Kiko's background, his story is that his dad was like, that's how he got good at throwing darts and daggers, is his father was like in the military,
okay,
and was like a leader and, was good at all that kind of stuff. And then he retired and opened up an inn there.
okay,
And so throwing darts, and then his old war buddies would come through and they would have, and he was good at it. So they all taught him, how to do it. But anyway, so he's from there and has an inn and all that other kind of good stuff and lots of contacts, that's okay from his background, and his dad's contacts.
okay.
He can tell, the Goblin King, all that good stuff. with, you know, with lots of confidence, you know, that he'll be fine there, that he agrees.
Okay.
If everybody in the party is now okay coming over here, because I think everybody in the party thought we were kind of going here, I think.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Where's the king? Where's the-
He's up in Ornis. You know, I can't hear them.
Both of your mouse buttons.
We just do both of them.
Yeah, if you click and hold both of them and drag, it creates the.
There we go.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not quite on the way, but it's probably letting.
Well, Helen Brown would be on the way, and that's really where you all think you're headed to. Whether or not you have to take him all the way to Needham would be something you all could discuss over the next 3-4 days going toward the blacksmith. But you all don't think, or I would hope you all don't think that you would need to escort him all the way to Needham, do you? Or is that just something you want to do?
Say, hey, be on your way to Needham if we ever find you again in the Frozen Peak, then the deal's off. But I think that if he really wants to go hang out with his people there.
Yeah,
I mean, he doesn't have any friends or family there. It's just,
Yeah.
I guess it depends. Can we not go get the
Oh, of course,
stuff?
you guys
And then-
choose,
and
yeah.
then- And then even if we went to Helen Brown on our way and stopped, and some of us went and talked to the king or whatever.
Right.
We don't have to, we could leave that Goblin King with somebody in the town. You know, have our meeting and figure out what our future's like.
Yeah.
They probably don't need us to go rescue the king. They know where he is, and we could maybe even then go on to Needham, you know,
Right.
this guy there and established. And I mean, I think he could be in the future a good NPC to know. I don't know.
yeah, we'll just play by your own details and what happens.
He could have lots of good contacts, like when we run into, like, even when we go into Helen Brown and they talk about the king being over here, you know, if something goes wrong, we could always come back over here and say, hey, you know, what do you know about this?
Yep.
You know, as the story unfolds more, he may have all kinds of info that we can get. To the door.
All right. So give me, whoever's going to do it, a survival roll to find you a place to stay for the first night. Oh, I
It
can.
wasn't Kiko. I think it was Faye.
Let me check.
I think it was big and
Survival. She's +1 survival.
How about
Who the king is.
how about guidance?
Oh, yeah.
The king is. No, I don't think so. Survival is what? Wisdom? Oh no, for sure not. Yeah, you wouldn't know. So, but I can do the guidance thing. That's not a problem. Who's it going to? Okay. As soon as I find it. All right. You find a pretty decent spot. A 14 is not bad. Not great, but it's not bad. So you find a place where you can stay along the edge of the woods, maybe that kind of thing, hidden. Okay. And you all are able to spend the first night without any issues. All right. And Oh, sorry, wrong thing. Granting a long rest. All right, so at that point, with the long rest and the experience, I don't know whether or not you were all close enough or not. Were you?
Yeah,
Yep. So that would in fact allow you to level up. Oh, wait a minute. Yep. You guys went above 2,700, right?
Yeah.
And then I will hold on before I do that. Let me go ahead and grant this other. All right, so I will go ahead and level up Faye. Oh, if you want to, I don't care. That part doesn't bother me. All of us are the followers. I don't have any followers. It's really what I like doing it for is so we can go back and listen to it again, or you can read the notes, that kind of thing. That or for notes and that kind of
All right, let's see.
Shoot, we might all get famous. Critical Role. No, I doubt it.
if they see our leveling up abilities, that
Yeah.
will be a huge embarrassment.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we don't
can't
actually.
do it with automated.
You all, we don't see yours, so you're all good, right? You're seeing me mess with Faze, and that's it. So, not really that great. So,
All right, it'll take me a minute, I'm sure, but all right, I'll start working on it.
It's not the level up, but it's the shield thing. Class.
correct. You drag that over and drop it right back on class, which is right there in that same line over the left there.
It's a little red and white one.
Yeah, it's like a little dragon shield. I think is what it. Everybody refresh my memory. As you take ability score increases, you can go up to 21. Is that right? Or is it?
I thought it was 20.
It's at 20.
Oh, is it? Okay. What are the exceptions when you can go above 20? Is it only like racial modifiers and that kind of thing, or no? Is it only?
I didn't go.
Oh, really? Okay. I mean, I'm probably smoking crack here. I'm not sure. I thought there was exceptions to allow you to go above 20.
I think even most feats will cap you off at 20. I
Okay.
think to get above 20, it'd have to be like a magic item,
Okay.
like an Ioun stone or something.
Right,
like
right,
that.
right. All right. So, in y'all's opinion, what would be better, intelligence or wisdom, to take 1 point in? I think wisdom is perception checks.
So does she get to do the two in one, or one in
It's
two
two.
separate ones?
It's 2, but she's 1 point away from 20 on her charisma. So she would have one other point, and the reason why I asked that is in her attributes, she's got a 15 intelligence and a 13 wisdom. It would increase. Not only does it increase her charisma, but it would increase whatever other one she picked.
Is most of her stuff based off of wisdom?
It's charisma. So she's maxing out her charisma right now. So the secondary thing is literally a secondary thing. It's either intelligence or wisdom. Now she has 16s in the other stuff, so her getting a +1 there wouldn't help her right now. It could help her for later to get it to an 18, but right now it wouldn't help. So, I mean, and she can definitely move these numbers around when she's playing. I'm just trying to choose the initially what I think she would pick, that kind of thing. You know, I'm gonna let her choose it, but
Okay.
wisdom is insight. Perception is wisdom as well.
Do you need anything like?
What initiative is that? Constitution or is that Dexter? I can't remember.
Dexterity is
Dexterity.
initiative.
That's right. Okay. Yeah, so that's not going to
And a
help.
dexterity roll is actually like a DC check technically or something
Right.
weird like that.
Correct. Yep. All right. So probably wisdom then, right? To bring it up to 14, to increase your perception, maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna let her change it. So
I think I need to sit tight on mine because I don't even know if I want a multi-class or what if I want to do. I'll probably do a feat, but I don't know.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I want to think.
oh, and she might go back and change that too. But I'm gonna put in here that I chose one charisma and one wisdom.
How do we export our DC?
So if you go up to your token, so go to the main tab. Actually, it's on.
I see it. I see it up there now.
Right,
Yeah, on
right.
my character sheet.
Yeah.
On the dot.
Yep.
Corporate.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
I wouldn't have got there if I hadn't remembered you saying that finally.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the feet.
Okay.
They're gonna go with heavy armor. And that way it doesn't have a disadvantage. Medium armor is, plate is considered heavy, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
They have it for medium armor, and they gotta have it. Maybe?
All right. So next level up, 6,500. Way up there now. I didn't check to see. She gets to choose new spells. Oh, so let me go ahead and identify that item, and she would have identified that by now on that first night. So let me find the scroll. There we go. There we go. It's identified in the party sheet now. And when you all get a chance, get and split up the items there. If you want, I'll split up the gold too right now.
Is that all right, Brian, if I do my leveling up?
Yeah.
Another night?
Yeah, that's
and
fine.
just dig on it
Yeah,
some?
yeah, no problem at all. Or you can choose to level up and then change whatever you want. That's fine. I think in your case, so you have to pick certain things, right?
Well, I don't want to like level up as a level 4 wizard, because I don't know that I want to do a wizard level.
Right,
If
okay,
we're allowed to multi-class.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
would Try to undo that.
No, yeah, you're right. Yep, no big deal.
Okay, cool, thanks.
She gets another cantrip.
I'm gonna take a bite over it. I'll be right back.
All right, yep. Yeah, that's all. Well, Faye got another spell, but and then she got another spell and another cantrip. So I'll let her pick all that. I'm not obviously wouldn't do all that for her. And I'll offer her to be able to log on later, and same thing for all y'all if y'all want to log on at a later time. But that's all I had planned for tonight. It's already 9:50, so I'm gonna keep the table up, and that way you guys can level up and go from there. But